Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copperal, bringing you part one of a kind of a video series about doing paint jobs with the Nerf guns and everything. Because I've discovered something interesting. So, and I left it in the living room. Give me 1 second. Okay, and we are back. So, I got this stuff called Plastic Dip. And the reason why I got it was because it's used in foam painting. So if you got you want to make yourself armor and all that stuff, you use it on that. And I do have an example of that. It's this. It's a pauldron for my character, the Copper Owl. So I've been working on making the costume. And these are foam pads for your knees, but I'm using it as a pauldron because it's the right shape. And I spray painted it with the quick dip, the plastic dip. And then I painted it with copper paint and silver paint. And I used acrylic on the sides. I also painted it with some silver acrylic as well to help the silver paint look better because it didn't. It's not that it did not stick to it. It's just there was a huge problem that caused me to have to use the silver paint to kind of go over it. But yeah, in some parts actually, not all of it. And I'm gonna get to that. So because I didn't realize that the plastic it ended up being like an odd occurrence of cross pollination. Oh wait, we're gonna do the advertisement. Buy my book, The Epic of Cassie's Crossroads, at authorhouse.com and barnesandnobles.com. Okay, then let's get to it. I gotta do better advertisements for that. I want to make a commercial, but anyway, where it's like I've been wanting to make the armor for my character, but at the same time, I got this blaster and realized there's something weird with this thing. There's no scratches on it in the sense that you have the sanding process of other blasters, which I do have one right here. I painted the Fortnite 1911 in black. I wanted to paint it in gunmetal gray, but I had problems with it because my gunmetal gray ended up coming out. You could kind of see it all bubbly. It came out wrong. Couldn't fix it, so I had to paint over it with black, and it still didn't look right. I like that it still looks like a toy, like it's airsoft and everything, but this is a warning. Don't have their blasters all painted black. This is a problem right here because I was like, once the painting was done, because it wasn't put together, I was like, this is wrong. We should not do this whatsoever. I didn't need this for a costume. This is a prop, but I kept the orange parts, make it look like a toy. And you can see the scratches from the sandpaper. This does not have any of that. As you look right there, I was wondering what did they use for this, because there's not even any dripping and all that you would see in blasters with enamel on it. As you can see, this part where right here, the texturing happens because it won't stick to the enamel and all that. So that got me thinking, what did they use for this thing? And I realized they had used the plastic dip. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, because plastic dip is not a paint. It's like a rubber sealant. It's made to cover up little cracks and bumps. So you have these things right here, these textures that's they got closed up by the dip. And it could come in different colors: white, black, I believe clear. I think I should have gone into white. It probably would have been better, but yeah. So I decided to test this out with the Scout Trooper blaster. And all of this is painted in Plasti Dip. Came out perfectly fine. And I even applied acrylic to it to make it look a little more weathered. But as you can see, you can kind of see the line right there. That's why I spray painted it with black spray paint. And you can see that it's more glossy. Even though it's a matted black, it's more glossier. And you can see some silver right there, right there. The acrylic paint had more trouble sticking to the spray paint than it did with the Plasti Dip. And I thought that was interesting. So, I haven't applied regular Plasti Dip onto a blaster that's going to be painted with another color, like, because this is going to be all black. So I'm going to do that with this blaster because it's already painted with Plasti Dip. I just got to finish painting the remaining parts. It also made me realize they did take this thing apart to paint it because it's also missing a screw. But anyway, so I will be painting this. Not the handle, though. I like the handle the way it looks, like it's kind of weathered in the Plasti Dip continuing. And in doing so, I will paint over the main body of the blaster in gunmetal gray. Because that's my thing. I got to paint it in gunmetal gray. Using spray paint, not using acrylic. Even though it should come out fine. But I will do a little test with the acrylic, though. So I'm going to do that because silver paint, it's still like, it doesn't really, it worked perfectly fine on it, but it still doesn't, it's still watery. It's still you got to put several coats. So this part right here, I want to paint it in silver. That's what I'm thinking about. Like this box right here, just paint it in silver or in copper. Like I want this to stick out. Because this is like different and reminds me like Gears of War. And I'm thinking, okay, silver. Gunmetal gray all over here. This stays the same the way it is. All over this. Silver right here. Copper like right here, maybe right here. And all that. And, and all that stuff. Just go with that. And maybe some parts I keep black, like the tubing. You see there, or maybe he did paint it the other way. You can see it right there. Look at that. But yeah, it's gonna. This one is just, I'm very like conflicted because I kind of like it in the black, but I just think it looks too much like a toy, and I think, you know what, I should keep it that way because if it's gunmetal gray, then this would. I'm not gonna paint this, so this will stick out. And even if I was, I probably would paint it brown, which, when I think about it, might be a good idea. Paint this brown. So looking at it all and everything, it's just like, this is interesting. And but it's mainly just to see, like, is the paint going to stick onto this properly? Because it's supposed to with foam. Because that's what you do with the foam. But the reason why I want to go full gunmetal gray on it is because this stock attachment is the gunmetal gray color. And it looks really good on the modulus. It's also very comfortable on the modulus. And I think it actually complements the modulus very well. And gives it this nice cool look, but they are different colors. You could see the difference. So I'm going to go with gunmetal gray because this is more of a gunmetal gray color. But I want your thoughts in the comments. So, should I... Because I'm going to be like a day or two before I start painting this. So, again, because I'm going to put the dip all over it anyway. So, yeah. Do you want it in all black with detailing on it? Or do you want a gunmetal gray with the steampunk look and paint the box silver? Okay? Well, thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye. Am I forgetting anything? No. Oh, wait. No, I am forgetting something. So, why is there a piece of blue tape? One of the problems that happened with this is that I put tape on it and it tore off the paint. So that will cause a problem if I decide to paint over this. And I had to paint over it with the paint again, and that's why I had to use acrylic. So, let's see the experiment. I only see a couple of speckles on the tape. Nothing too big. So yeah, it's probably because of the material. That it is a foam material, so that's why it probably didn't work. Do it again. Yeah, it seems to be perfectly fine. It was just a foam material, that's why it tore off. Okay, perfectly fine. So yeah, it won't be a problem on the Nerf gun. So yeah, just if you have any ideas on how I should take this, tell me. And all that, so you do a good job with it. Do you think I should put some gold on? Oh, you know what? Gold in the modulus. That would look nice. Either gold or copper. What do you guys think? Gold or copper? Thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye.